What's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of Pop for This. We are your hosts. I am Machi the Ring Geek,
Gil the Get Low T.
Mackenzie the Total Hill.
and we've got our recap episode for you for the shows for February 16th. So Raw, NXT, SmackDown, and as usual, we're just gonna go through each episode and talk about it at the end. So we're gonna get started. Just gonna read off the results for everything, and then, like I said, we're just gonna talk about it afterward. So we've got our episode of Raw. We had our episode of Raw where we had an opening promo with the Vision and Bronson Reed. LA Knight came out and started talking crap, and then of course they made it into a six-man match, which ended up being the main event of the show. After that, we had oh no, actually it wasn't the main event, it was the next segment. LA Knight and the Usos versus the Vision, with the Vision coming out on top. After that, we had an Elimination Chamber qualifier with Bayley, Asuka, and Natalia, with Asuka coming out with what I thought was a bit of a surprising win, tapping Bayley out. After that, we had CM Punk coming out, cutting a promo on Finn Balor. Finn and the Judgment Day came out. I thought it was pretty good. Good stuff, but typical stuff from the champ. After that, we had, for the 97,000th time, Penta against Grande Americano. The new one, with Penta coming out on top. After that, we had the much discussed AJ and Becky Lee promo, AJ Lee and Becky Lynch promo, which we all thought would end in some violence, but it did not. And then closing out the show, we had the triple threat elimination chamber qualifying match. Javon Evans, Gunther, and Dominic. Javon Evans comes out on top. Very, very bit of a surprising outcome, but the outcome definitely that was needed. So yeah, that is what happened on Raw today, boys, or last week, boys. So I'm gonna open up the floor. And yeah, what do you guys think? How are we feeling about these Elimination Chamber qualifying matches? And how are we feeling about the chamber itself?
I'm excited for the chamber.
Yeah, I'm
Excited.
excited
The
for
female chamber is stacked, so I'm excited for that. It's looking better than the male chamber right now. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I just thought of this. In regards to the American El Grande
El Grande
storyline,
Americano. Oh, yes.
Americano
American.
Americano storyline, they
Say
should
it
just
right
make it
now.
a mass. They should make it a six-man tag team match. And it should be for their masks.
Yeah.
You
So,
know,
so Penta,
Penta,
Ray, and the original.
Penta, the original Americano, and Dragon Lee versus the copy Americano and his two sidekicks. And the side that loses has to get rid of their mask, which should be the copy
Yeah,
Americano.
I
And
agree.
they get rid of their masks, and that whole thing is over.
I
And
think
it should be at WrestleMania.
I think that could be a lot of fun. Only thing I would change is I'd swap out Dragon Lee for Ray Phoenix.
Oh, I mean Ray
But
Phoenix. I
but
mean
other
every
way other but otherwise, I mean, regardless, yeah, I actually that's
Bad
kind of a
idea.
way to salvage it and make it a little fun.
Yeah.
and end it. End it.
Yeah.
They lose, they get rid of their mask, and they go back to their old gimmicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I feel like at least this week, um, especially this week, I feel like they're building Elimination Chamber better than they built the Rumble. Like, I felt like the build for the Rumble was so bleh, but for the
Mm.
Chamber, it's been
Been a
good.
nice build, yeah.
Yeah, I think this
Yeah, I
episode of Raw set up a lot of good angles. It was an okay episode, but I think, when you look at it, you step back a little bit further, it was actually a lot better than okay, because it set up some important angles and some storylines, and I'm looking forward to the chamber matches. So yeah.
Yeah, same here.
um what you gonna say, Gil?
No, I just said same here. I agree.
Yeah, I know that they're still scrambling with this Vision storyline because of all the injuries, so I can't really blame creative for what's going on with the Vision line. Like Seth getting injured, Braun getting injured. It's nuts. It's nuts. So I don't know where they're gonna go with that. It makes sense that LA Knight is still feuding with them because of the injuries, but I don't know what the end game is gonna be with all of this. It seems like I hope Bronson Reed is the guy that goes into the chamber because they need the vision. They need somebody to represent the vision. I think Bronson Reed is next up. If you is either Bronson Reed or Logan Paul is next up to be like the head guy in the vision, the head wrestler in the vision.
Yeah.
But
Austin Theory wearing a scarf?
And they haven't done like here's the thing where I disagree a little bit. Yeah, I think I do agree that the injuries that removes a quality from the storyline that you can't replace. I agree. But you could also have them still look dominant. Have them still be dominant. Like, why not have them fuck with other people's matches? Why not have them really make life for Adam Pearce really miserable? Like the Shield used to do. Like, have these motherfuckers really cause chaos. You know,
what would be the
instead
end
of
goal of that?
making them look strong. And then
They
you could even pull an angle where you keep them off TV for a little while so that they don't stay so that they
That's
don't
what
get
I was
stale.
gonna. That's what I would suggest.
You could do
Keep them
that too.
off TV for a little
they could
bit.
have they could have done that. They won their match against the Usos and LA Knight.
They've done that plenty times before. They did win that match, but I also think they have a fear of pushing anybody else. So when Braun Breaker comes back, there's no
Like, what do you do? Yeah.
what do you do? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like they got to play a fine balance here because yeah, WWE can push anybody and force anybody to be the next big thing, but and I think that's what they want with Braun Breaker.
And
So
you still have this masked man thing going.
ass man thing happened.
And it's kind of like everybody's like, okay, let's get rid of let's drop this let's like reveal this masked man. Let's reveal this masked man. Okay, the original plan was the masked man to be Seth Rollins. They can't like really show who the masked man. It can't really reveal, oh, it's Seth Rollins. Okay, now it's Seth Rollins. What is Seth Rollins gonna do? Braun Breaker's out. For
See,
real.
here's the thing.
He can't feud with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns gonna feud with CM Punk. So it's
I
like,
agree. Like, they don't need to reveal him, but they also don't need to. He's not a magic bullet that you just, hey, you know what? Let's have the masked man interfere this week. They've
Yeah,
used him like 2 times in the last month. Stop.
yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't need to do that. You
The
don't need to
that's
mask,
do that.
what
You
they're
don't
gonna
need
do
to
with him
keep
then.
going to it.
What are they gonna do with him though? He's just gonna disappear?
who the masked
Wait.
man?
If the
Yeah,
masked
he's just
man
The
gonna
is,
masked man.
disappear.
bro, if it is Seth Rollins, then yes, you have to wait. And the way that you wait is you have the vision off of TV for a little bit.
Yeah, if
You
they're
could have
gonna
done
do
that.
that, but if they're not gonna do it, if not gonna take him off of television, what are they gonna do? Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
They
okay,
don't, right, but they
they're
don't
not
need
gonna
to,
take him off of television. They're not
but
taking him off of television.
right, but they don't need,
But now they're on television. What are they gonna do?
they don't need, I don't know that what they need to do, but I do know what they don't need to do. They don't need to keep using the masked man. They
Yeah.
don't. They do not. That's not like, oh, well, you know what? We used them once. We got to keep trotting them out there. No, you don't.
How many times have
No,
they
you
used this?
don't.
How many times have they
The
used
last
them
month they've
already?
used them twice.
Hmm.
The last
Twice.
month they've used them twice.
Okay.
That to
I don't think they're overusing him.
I think twice in a month is too much.
I
I do.
mean, how
I
I
much?
think
don't
it
think they're
is.
They
overusing
only
him.
I think it
used
is.
when Austin Theory was the masked man. They only used him twice, and then he revealed himself on a Raw or something like that. I forgot.
I just think they should have just stretched it out. Like just stretched it out. You could have had him interfere
I
now.
don't. I
You could
don't
have
think.
had him do something in Chamber, or had him do something on the road to WrestleMania. Like they didn't need to. The Masked Man to me is them being like, you know what? We don't know what to fucking do. Let's have the Masked Man come out. That's how it
Okay.
feels. It
One,
does not feel like it's planned or strategic. It does not feel that way.
one. I don't think the masked man is Seth Rollins. That might be the plan that they had, but they messed up that plan for me once they did it more than twice, or more than 3 times. Or now this math. I don't see Seth Rollins playing that game for that long
I don't think they were gonna
as
do
a
that for
character.
that long. I don't think they were gonna
That's
do it that
why
long.
I think they shifted it. I think the masked man is Grayson Waller because if there's any Grayson Waller, and the reason why I say I don't know what the plan is with him, but Xavier Woods got injured and they got nothing to do with Grayson Waller. And
Also,
Grayson Waller has that history with Austin Theory.
Austin
Maybe
Theory.
they might play a way into there, but I think it's him.
Also, I don't know that this was always supposed to be Seth Rollins. I don't know
Yeah,
that.
me neither.
I don't know that. And I think even if it was, that's stupid. You did the whole secret angle with the injury already with Seth Rollins. Like enough.
Wow.
Enough. Like
Well,
we get it. He's a super villain. I get it. But not why is every master plan now that is surrounds them, it has to be Seth Rollins? To me, like, no.
and more
How do
so
I
than
like
that,
leave it alone? Leave it alone.
more so
I
than that,
think
I just don't think Seth Rollins' character would come back like that for a vengeance tour. The hide and lurk in the shadows and come, no, like no, these guys took him out. Seth Rollins, I know, is going to come back in with a chair and try to knock their heads off without a mask on.
I think they were going with the whole Austin Theory being the secret agent of Seth Rollins, and it was going to be ultimately find out is Seth Rollins is behind Austin Theory and all that stuff.
Which I would have
But
been fine with.
I
Yeah,
think the real stumbling point where they really like, ah, fuck,
Braun.
everything has gone down to shit when Braun Breaker got
Got
injured.
hurt.
If Braun Breaker didn't get injured, I think Seth Rollins would have came back already. I think they would have revealed him to either be behind Austin Theory or to be the masked man, or they would reveal him on Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
That's what my gut
So
tells me
now,
that's the best place to do it. Is that chamber.
so
Because then you can build it to WrestleMania.
I just think it's a whole mess because of the injuries.
It
That's my
is.
personal
It
opinion. It's a
is.
whole mess in the injuries, and now they're scrambling. They don't know what to do.
It is.
I
But
think
moving
I
beyond that, because I feel like we spent a lot of time on the Vision thing already. The CM Punk and Finn segment, CM Punk, I think CM Punk did a great job with that
Good.
segment. I have reservations on how they brought back JD McDonough. I think they should have brought him back a different way.
instead of having CM Punk talk about how big his head was.
And then have the whole
Um,
crowd chant.
I think they could have brought him back in a different segment, but I think it was a good segment. I think it was a good segment. I think ultimate if they're going where I think they're going to go, where Finn Balor is going to tell the Judgment Day, "Hey, I don't want you interfering in this match. I want to do it myself,"
And
and
they're gonna interfere anyway.
they're going to interview anyway, and it's going to be turn into a feud between Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic. Yep.
If they do it that way, I'm all for it. Let's
Yeah.
do it, baby. I'm
Yep.
all for it. So I'm just waiting to see how this all turns out.
Yeah.
All
And that,
right.
but all in all, Raw was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it
I
was
agree
pretty
with
good.
you. So
Oh.
All
move
right, so
on.
moving on, we had our episode of NXT, and actually was better than last week. The trajectory of NXT is kind of improved. But yeah, to start the show, we had Lola Vice and Kalani Jordan have a match. Jordan beat Lola Vice pretty clean. Vice tapped. I was surprised about that. Then after that, we had Joe Hendry and Ricky Saints. They had a segment, set up a match for Joe
I hate Ricky
Hendry.
saying.
We know for
Yeah.
Joe Hendry and Ricky Saints for the NXT Championship. After that, we had Tony D'Angelo come out and destroy Cutler James. I like how Tony D'Angelo beat the shit out of the everybody in Dark State. And it's a good example of long-term storytelling with him. So, worth keeping an eye on. After that, oh, excuse me. After that, we had a segment with the Culling versus OTM, Hank and Tank, and Swipe Right. It was tag match. Really, really fun match. That swipe right one, which I was very surprised by, but really, really a lot of fun. After that, we had JC Jane. She came out, talked some smack. And they also kind of hinted again at this thing with Zarya and Soul. They're gonna break up, not gonna break up, but whatever. After that, we had a really, really fun match. That new French luchador, Ilio LaFleur, against Eli Knight's bootleg Javon Evans from Evolve. It was a fun match, but you know, unfortunately, it was a speed match for the speed title. So, and it went past the 5 minute time limit, so it was a draw. The whole speed thing is stupid as hell. Then we had Ethan Page against Shiloh Hill to close out the show, with Ethan Page winning, and Shiloh Hill is horrible. So that was our episode of NXT. Honestly, like I said, it was much better than it has been in the past. Um, but there's still, because they've taken so much talent from NXT,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little bit. And then so Ruka looks like she's gonna come up. I really thought they'd have her win the title and kind of stabilize the division while they brought JC Jane up. Looks like they're gonna bring both of them up, maybe. But
Mhm.
Soul's probably gonna lose her match for the title. But yeah, that was NXT. Like I said, since it doesn't have a lot to do with Elimination Chamber and they're trying to kind of establish themselves, it's a little bit rocky. They haven't had any input from TNA, no interaction there or anything lately. Um, so yeah, NXT is very much trying to find its footing, but it's better than it was in the last few weeks. Um, and Ethan Page, MVP of NXT. Like seriously,
Right now, yeah. Yep.
he's really good on the mic. Like he'd probably get lost on the main roster. He's in a really good spot on NXT. But he's doing awesome work there. So that was our episode of NXT, guys.
Oh yeah, I like what they're doing with D'Angelo. Um, the slow build,
Yeah.
the storytelling that they're telling him that they're doing with him. They just need to keep it up. Ethan Page, yeah, he's a rock star.
Yeah.
He's a rock star. If
Same
they
thing
can
with Sol
replace,
Ruka.
hmm?
Same thing with the Sol Ruka.
Mhm.
Be it's a slow build up, but I'm kind of excited to see it now. I want to see it now. I want
Yeah.
to see these two go at it.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
I also think the pairing the matching up that kid Jackson Drake and the Vandy Project together, yeah, the three of them, the tag team is Swipe Right and Jackson Drake, and the three of them together are the Vanity
Yeah,
Project. I
I
think
love the Vanity
they're
Project.
really good
I
with
like
Ethan
it too.
Page.
I
Yeah,
They're
love the
really
Vanity
good with
Project.
Ethan Page. Like I
it's a
like
cool
that.
name.
Yeah, I like the dynamic they have. It's good stuff.
Yeah,
So, I'd like to see more of that. To me, I think Ethan Page going forward is more or less the standard bearer for NXT.
I would
Um,
love to be the part of the Vanity Project.
oh hell yeah. They're funny as hell.
They're
And they're good. They're
hilarious.
entertaining too. Good wrestlers.
They're hilarious.
Really good wrestlers. So, yeah. So that was NXT. Unless you boys have anything else, we can move on to SmackDown.
go to SmackDown.
Yeah, so as always, guys, like, subscribe, comment, follow. Also to remind you guys, for those of you who don't know, we have a Facebook page now. So you can follow us on Facebook. Just go to Facebook and type in at Pop for This and you'll find us.
Mhm.
So yeah. So moving on to SmackDown. We had an opening segment with Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu. Um, Established a lot of different things. Um, Fatu's aggression is really showing out. I like the follow up they did, the backstage segment with him and Nick Aldis. But it was a good segment. It was a good segment. Everybody had something to say. Cody talking to Sammy, Cody talking to Drew McIntyre, saying everybody's chasing him not because he's a champion, but because he's an asshole. It was a solid segment. Moving on after that, we had a not so solid segment with Ilya Dragunov and Tama Tonga. And after distraction from the island nation of Samoa, the Tamatanga defeated Ilya Dragunov. Then after that, the hits just keep on coming, boys. We had the pleasure, the unique honor and pleasure of getting to hear and see Jade Cargill speak on the microphone, which is always just, top-notch stuff. She didn't flub her promo whatsoever. She's
Right.
terrible. She's
Right.
terrible. At the end of her segment, she ran into Charlotte Flair, and they had a little stare down because, that's what everybody wants. Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair.
You're trying to see if this could be a future feud, you know? It's probably
Testing the
gonna be a
waters.
future feud, but
Blah, blah, blah.
you
Yeah,
know, they're
testing
stoking
the
the
waters.
fire, I guess. They're
Yeah.
stoking the fires.
They did something similar with Roxanne and Stephanie a couple months ago, if
Yeah.
you remember.
Yeah.
So that is actually a pretty good way to kind of keep something in your back pocket.
And I'm not surprised that's not gonna. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that's not gonna be a WrestleMania match. Like,
I mean,
Charlotte
You
versus
don't know yet.
we don't know,
Jade.
bro. Who the hell?
Yeah, true.
You never know. After that, we had a triple threat with Charlotte, Kiana James, and Nia Jax, with Kiana James pinning Charlotte clean as a whistle right in front, right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3.
Good
Great
choice.
work.
Good choice. Good
Excellent
choice.
choice.
Good choice.
Followed up by a not so good choice with Kit Wilson and Obafemi. The squash match was perfect last week. Did what it needed, or the week before, did what it needed to do. Was funny. Great. They went back to the well. They didn't need to go to the well. Obafemi shouldn't be doing comedy segments.
No,
He should be
not at all.
beyond even squashing comedy wrestlers. He shouldn't even be doing that. He
No.
shouldn't. We talked about it before. There's guys like Sheamus. They've hinted at Rusev. Pull the
Mhm.
trigger on that. Like, he's not doing anything. You got this time from now to WrestleMania. Have a feud with him and Rusev. What's the problem? But anyway, moving on. After that, we had a really pointless match. Tiffany Stratton and Alba Fire, with Tiffany Stratton winning. The less that's said about it, the better. Finally, or not finally, but after that, we had another triple threat qualifier for the Elimination Chamber. Carmelo Hayes, Damian Priest, and Trick Williams, with Trick coming out on top. They teased a little bit of the history of the Trick Mello gang.
Yo, they
Trick
do not
Williams.
know. They
What's
do
that?
not know what to do with Damian Priest. Yo,
They don't.
Damian Priest is
They don't.
AEW bound.
They
Like,
don't.
like
They don't.
not because he sucks, he's just bland, bro. He's just bland.
I,
I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, it's hard to say with him. I agree
He's like a creative character
I agree he's
on,
bland.
on the game.
I do agree he's bland. I don't know why they just don't lean into him, like, just really being a badass. Like they should, and they just don't. But whatever. Regardless, Trick came out on top, and how over he is with the crowd is pretty insane, I
Mhm.
have to say. I mean, wow. And deservedly so. Deservedly so. After that, we had what I actually thought was a really good match, Julia versus Rhea Ripley. Julia, this is the first match I've seen her on the main roster actually wrestle like, oh shit, she's hitting harder now. This is Julia. Like, they're leaning into that part of her
Almost.
character.
Almost took Rhea's face off.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that
good.
move that she did when she pulled her hands
Hand
back
away,
and
yeah.
kicked her in the back of the head, like,
Yep.
yo,
Yep.
she has a black eye because of that.
Yep. Yo, I like, Julia's no joke, and I get that WWE, they have their certain style, but like, a lot of times, man, they just go way too soft, and like, yo, these girls can handle it. Like, Julia and Rhea Ripley, let them beat each other up. Go ahead.
Then and the reason it was Rhea is it was supposed to be Io, but they pulled Io and they put
'Cause-
Rhea into it because they want that to be a future bout.
yeah,
Io versus Julia.
Julia,
Yeah.
and that would be fire too. But
Uh-huh.
they just have to, and it's not difficult. Like, it's not difficult. Just have her be a badass and beat bitches up. Like, anyway. Then to close out the night, we had kind of a surprising match. Randy Orton and Aleister Black, with Aleister Black beating Orton. Now, obviously, they were shenanigans, but still, Aleister Black coming out on top.
Big win for
Uh,
Alistair.
yeah, and I actually wouldn't mind if this like developed into a feud. Like, not everything doesn't have to be for the title or for the main event. Like, it could just be because like, yo, we're two alphas and we're, occupying the same space and
Dude,
and
that that makes
this cannot be for so long, you know?
that makes for some of the biggest classic feuds back in the day.
Yeah, man.
Just two alphas, like you said, or just two wrestlers just having this battle. I don't like you and you don't like me. Let's just fight. I don't
Yeah.
care how many matches it takes. I'm gonna beat you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just some of the biggest matches ever
And
were
I
like,
I and I think and Aleister Black is a really good wrestler. He's a
yes,
very, very
yes.
good
That was a
wrestler.
good match.
He hits hard. I think, if you want to have a good mid-card feud, you can do it. They don't do it, but they could.
I
Yeah.
think they're revamping Aleister Black because his entrance, they gave him the full entrance music. They
Hmm.
usually don't do that. They gave him a full entrance. So I think they're really slowly trying to push him.
I
And
mean,
it
that
was
was
a
a
good
big win.
match. It
Big
was
win.
a good match. Like, and Gil said it before, I still don't understand why Drew attacked Randy. Um
Yeah.
That was strange.
I think he's like, okay, let me eliminate the people that I don't want. I don't want to face at WrestleMania. The people that's going to be really a challenge for me. And I think he did that because he thought that Randy is going to be a huge challenge for him if he goes to WrestleMania. That's how I see it. I don't know why he would have just attacked him like that. They do have history though.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
do got a lot of history, but that was unwarranted. He had nothing to do with it. Like it's just why, Drew. So I'm interested to see what the reasoning behind that was.
Unless Drew
Mm.
is just really leading into the whole I'm an asshole champion and I'm just gonna just because I feel like it, I'm just gonna fuck with
Yeah.
some matches.
Which I wouldn't mind because
I
Drew
wouldn't mind it. Listen,
he could pull it off.
listen. Is Drew a heel on paper? Sure. But in reality, like McKendy said earlier, he has told no lies.
Yep.
Drew does not lie. He'll do shit outside of the matches to get an advantage during the match, but once he's in the match, most of the time, he wins clean when he wins. So I like that about it. And I'm glad that they've kept the belt on him to this point. And I want to see him stay with it. I want to see him stay with it. I want to see him stay with it. Depending on who comes out of the chamber, please not Cody, but depending on who comes out of the chamber, I'd like to see him stay with it. But
Oh,
and another thing to account for, Jacob Fatu. How does Jacob Fatu fit into all this?
I don't know.
Does he have a match against? Is he gonna have a match against Drew at the
He
chamber?
act I,
I
I
mean,
don't yeah, I don't know.
like what if Cody loses at the chamber because Cody was involved in that beef with Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre? Does
Yep.
Cody have a match with Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania? Like, what do they do? There's a couple of ways they can go. So
I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do Drew versus Cody. I have a feeling
I
they're
I, I
gonna
don't
get
think they
away
are
because
either.
I don't think nobody wants that. I think Drew said it. He doesn't will not want to face Cody at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna go another direction. I think they're either gonna do LA Knight or maybe Trick.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Like I was saying, I think it would make more sense because Cody was involved in the Drew and Jacob beef. Since Jacob's not in the chamber match, you could go to Cody and Jacob Fatu. You can go there if you need
Yeah,
to.
why
You
not?
got to keep Cody. You got to keep Cody away from Drew, so you can do that. Something, but having Drew and Cody, no, please, no, 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 no. I don't need to. I don't need to see Cody, in another in another, feud that's like near and dear to his soul, where he's going to be screaming every Friday and chasing Drew as soon as he arrives at
That,
the arena. Like,
that vein popping out his
yeah,
head.
like, nah, bro.
All right.
I've seen this. I've seen this show. So,
All right.
yeah. Um, I don't know if you guys have anything else.
Mm-mm.
Um, no,
Oh,
I think that's it. Yeah, I would just like to say, yeah, Jacob too. I don't know what Jacob is doing in this scenario. I like Jacob, but at the same time, I don't feel like he deserves the position that he's in right now to be. Well, I don't know who's he feuding with. Is he feuding with Drew? Is he feuding with Cody? Like,
I
who's
think
he
I
That's
think
the
he's just
thing.
like
angry right
really
now.
beefing with? Does
I
he
think he's
hate them both?
That's the thing. I
well,
don't know.
he told Nick Aldis that the one he really wants is Drew.
True.
And he said, listen, he's like, I'm gonna give you Drew, but you gotta wait. And Jacob Fatu is like, I ain't waiting long. So is he gonna wait till after
See, that's the
WrestleMania? I
thing.
can't
Like, what
imagine
have
that.
you done?
I don't know. Listen,
See, that's
bro.
the thing. What have you done? What have you done to earn a title shot against Drew? Like, you were
I
out
don't know if
injured
it's
for a long time. What did you do before that? You didn't do anything before that. All
He
you
got
did was
attacked by
lose.
Drew.
he got
That's what he
attacked by
did.
Drew. That's what he did.
You
He
know,
got attacked
Like,
by.
I
Whoa, Drew never admitted to that.
well, yeah, that's true.
he never admitted
That's
that.
true.
They
That's
never
true.
solved who.
And
They
Drew
never solved who
and
attacked him.
Drew has said time and time again that it wasn't him, and we have established that Drew doesn't
Drew,
lie.
Drew doesn't lie.
He doesn't lie.
Drew doesn't
So
lie.
Drew would have took credit for it.
he
Hell
probably
yeah.
would have.
Hell
Probably
yeah.
would have.
Why would Drew doesn't lie? So
You know,
yeah.
like I think a lot of people like Jacob Fatu. It's like, a lot of people loved him when he first came on the scene, but I think he's cooled down a lot. I think people like Obafemi and Trick Williams, to me, they have more appeal. They're more interesting. They would be a better choice to put in a prominent position over Jacob Fatu. Not that Jacob Fatu doesn't deserve a prominent place. I just don't know that he deserves this.
He
You know what
needs
I'm
more
saying?
wins. He needs
I
more
think,
wins.
yeah, like I don't mind them
Matches,
featuring
more
him,
wins.
but to this point, like, bro, have matches, beat people, like stack some wins, stack some W's.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah. So
Everybody needs a run at the USA Championship. That I feel like that's a great way to build build you up if you after you've had a string of losses.
yeah,
Become the USA champion and just have a string of wins, like
yeah.
5 wins, and then drop it and then go for the championship.
I mean, unless you're Ilya, then you drop it, and you just
I'm nothing.
downward spiral. Jeez.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? No, I think that's it.
I think we're good, guys.
Yeah.
All right, so that was our episode, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us, for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow, comment below. I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up. Myself and the Total Heel, we did attend the House of Glory show just this past Friday. We will be dropping a special episode talking about it this week. Just talking about the experience, what the event was like. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we want to share how it was with you guys. So again, like, subscribe, follow, comment. And until next time, we'll catch you out there, Ring Pops. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
In the middle.
West?